everybody, and welcome to another episode of Epic Geek Out, the only show on the internet where every day is our Independence Day. I'm your host, Chad.
I'm your host, Rob, and today we're going to be giving our review of 1600 Penn, NBC's new comedy.
As always, you can check us out over at Twitter at Epic Geek Out. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Like always, like us on Facebook. I'm just thinking of the Independence speech, which that's why I'm laughing. Facebook.com/epicgeekout. Also check out the website, www.epicgeekout.com. But let's get into our review of 1600 Penn.
So today we're taking a look at a sneak peek for a new show on NBC called 1600 Penn. You can catch the preview on iTunes, on demand. It's everywhere. Check it out. It's a half-hour sitcom, I guess sitcom, about the White House, starring Bill Pullman, Jenna Elfman, and the other. Do you know his name? He's from a bunch of things.
Yeah,
we'll put him up there. But yeah, it basically kind of takes an interesting approach to the White House, and and the kind of the family dynamic of a fictional president and his family. It appears, at least from the pilot, that he has two older kids, a boy and a girl, with one wife. She either passes away, I'm assuming, and then he gets remarried. And I don't know, are those her kids or are those?
I'm guessing they're her kids. You know.
Yeah. Two more younger kids.
So 4 kids total.
Right. 2 boys, 2 girls, 2 older, 2 younger.
Each with their own little thing.
Yeah.
So convenient.
The pilot episode focuses mostly around the eldest son, who has been in college for 7 years. He gets pulled home because of some incident that happens in the first scene, and kind of how he relates to the president, and stuff happens that is kind of off the wall. So what do you think of this show? Does it have promise? Is it in the vein of Veep, which is also another political thing, or is it more of that's my Bush?
Yeah.
What do you think of this?
So yeah, this show is not good. I really did not, and you know, this show could have redeemed itself completely if Bill Pullman just did the Independence Day speech at the end, or
it is funny that he's the president and he's so weird.
I mean, he's not, or if they made just some offshoot comment about that, I think I would have had to keep watching. Yeah. So you know, this show, and again, this is a pilot. You know, so definitely check it out. If I mean, it's going to be in the Thursday night shows, but you know, maybe I'll watch one more just to give it, you know, the benefit of the doubt. But this show is, it's not like shows that we have on television now where they're kind of based in reality and then have those couple characters, you know, that stretch it. Each character in here is a complete stretch of a character.
Nothing
you know, I mean,
happen.
you find out like this one like chunk of information about like kind of each character in the show that seems like it's going to be their story arc for the season, and they just seem so forced down your throat this first episode that I really didn't enjoy like getting, you know, just my time with the characters. The main son, Skip, you know, he's just, there was nothing redeeming about him. Even when he saved the day at the end, you know, there wasn't anything redeeming about how he did it, and it wasn't realistic in a way that I could be like, oh, you know, maybe he was able to pull this off, or that this character would anywhere be real in real life.
I was going to say, that character does not exist anywhere. Anywhere in real life.
And it's so hard to get behind a show when you just can't take it seriously at all. Whereas like with Veep, you know, it was just so satirical. It was satirical in its own right, in you know, making fun of politics and stuff like that. This doesn't even try to make fun of politics.
Goofy, yeah.
It's just a ridiculous family that happens to be the first family. That's it. There was no biting sarcasm. There was no, you know, like look at how we are in America these days, and trying to make, you know, which isn't even a thing that I like, but I can at least respect something that's going for it. At the end, whoever this reviewer is says it's NBC's version of Modern Family, or answer to Modern Family, and I think that is a gross comparison of the two things, where Modern Family is this show that tries to be realistic and still funny and heartfelt. There was no heart in this show whatsoever, and there was no heartfelt moment where I'm like, oh, you love these characters, you love these people. There was nothing like that, and I thought that was, those two should not even be compared. They can't even be compared. So you know, it was just way too, like, I couldn't even see this show being on Comedy Central, or like, you know, just even like, just, it was so ridiculous, and it just wasn't based at all in reality that I just could not see anything to get behind, and also it just really wasn't funny. You know, like the one kid's name, you know, his code name for Secret Service being Meatball. Like I kind of laughed at that, but like there just really wasn't too many moments where you know I was laughing. Because I can get behind a comedy that doesn't have that many laughs per minute if I like the characters, but the characters just weren't endearing or anything. So it's just not my
It
cup of
definitely
tea.
felt like every single person on the show was playing a goofy character. You know, that like you said, none of these characters exist in real life.
Let's rate the
At all.
smart girl. Let's rate, you know,
who messed up and had a mistake. You know, but like everyone, just like even Bill Pullman, it's so weird how he just plays this like weird like Martin Sheen, like trying to be Martin Sheen mixed with Bill Clinton's gestures, but like it's so weird. I don't understand. Like whoever thought this idea was good should probably be fired. I'm not gonna lie, because it's just like I feel like if another country watched this, was like, what the heck
they would
is
invade
this?
immediately.
Like what? Like I don't see many redeeming qualities, if any, in the show. The story is ridiculous. Like the press conferences that this guy, like, they would never happen in anywhere in any country for anything. I mean, like the press. And the way the press acts, even like one simple thing. You have thousands of movies and shows with press stereotypes, and it's not even anywhere close to that. You know, like these press people are like smart at, like, I mean, smart. They are smart asses in real life, but just like the way they talk to, it's like it's just so bizarre and weird.
And I think they were going for the grounded character being like the press secretary and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then it's just like,
but even he talks like,
but it's
in
so
the press
ridiculous.
conferences,
I mean,
like no
tennis
press
match,
secretary would ever talk.
They went for physical gags, which were dumb, and it's just like, why? Like, I mean, as a pilot, you know, this didn't make me laugh, and a pilot's supposed to win you over. But
and then I could see the comparison to Modern Family, but it's not a good one in the way the reviewer was speaking to, because at the end they tried to have this like double meaning, way he's speaking to the country, but yet it has to do with his family, and that's exactly what Modern Family usually does. Is they have this overarching message that has to do with multiple aspects of the story.
But they do it so well.
Yeah, but this was not done well, and just the dialogue too is like so stupid. Like at the end when she's like, "What's his name?" Jessica. Like, come on. I mean, it's just awful and unfortunate, but. To be honest with you, this wasn't even on my radar, so you know, there's probably a reason for that. So I don't know how much they're pushing this, but it could have just been a weird experiment. So
no, they're pushing it. It's going to be on their Thursday night lineup, and I mean, I think, you know, it's kind of how we get a couple meteor movies at the same time. We got a couple like recently, like Snow White, you know, or just things like that. You know, they tried. You know, Veep, I think, was a success on HBO, and they saw that, and it's like, oh, you know, we
can do that with Modern Family.
Let's throw a family in here, but it had none of the qualities that are good in a show.
Yeah, and that's kind of like when I said it out.
And I hate, and again, you know, we always say this whenever we're reviewing a pilot. You know, a pilot is just that, but you know, they already have like, you know, ordered some seasons. You know, it wasn't like this pilot was made, I don't think, to just get the show picked up. I think this pilot was made with these characters in mind and stuff like that. And it just nothing hit home.
And when I compared it to That's My Bush, I feel like that it's kind of that, but like it's trying to be serious, but they're like in That's My Bush, it's like this really short-lived, but I loved it. It was awesome comedy on Comedy Central of Bush, the Bush family. But you could tell that they were all trying to play characters that weren't real. Whereas this, they're trying to do that, but they're trying to be serious and make it. And like, it's weird.
I mean, none of the serious moments hits, and I think that's what you need for a good comedy is for those serious moments to actually work, so you can laugh later and stuff like that. So
yeah, actually, one show I'm looking forward to that's kind of politically driven is The Americans. Have you seen that on FX?
I have not.
Looks awesome. I think it's kind of like Soviet spies in America. Kind of cool. But it's definitely not anywhere near what this is. But
they're advertising for with like
and like the
scroll.
thing. It's really cool. So yeah,
that was very descriptive of us. With the things and the there.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be checking that out, I'm sure. But so it's there. It's for free right now. So go check it out if you feel like you might be enjoying this. But we did not like it. So that is 1600 Penn. I even hate the title. It's stupid. So that's it for another episode, and now it's time to give our thanks. But before we do, we want to wish you guys once again a very happy holiday season and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
This is coming out on Thursday, so we won't be talking to you until Tuesday, which is New Year's Day. But we just wanted to.
2013.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. We're still alive. We survived the Mayan apocalypse,
Yes.
which is good. And perhaps next week we will be looking back, maybe at the past year of movies and seeing. Maybe in our thanks we'll do that next week. So
cool.
So what's your thanks today?
So I want to thank another movie that I just recently caught up with on Netflix. It's called Sleepwalk with Me, and I know I'm going to mispronounce his last name, but it's from Mike Birbiglia, and it's a great movie that he made. I was aware of it, and it was kind of on my radar just from different podcasts that he was on. They were talking about it. Just through really the podcast realm, I really picked up on this movie, and it's really just this heartfelt movie, and it has a lot to do with his stand-up career and how he starts, and some of the worst cringe-worthy moments when he just kind of starts his stand-up routine and the gigs he takes. Like he takes a gig at a lip syncing competition at a college where they had 12 participants last year and only 2 this year, and it just very cringeworthy moments while tying in this kind of story about this very rare sleepwalking syndrome that he has, where he acts out his dreams, and that doesn't tie into the movie a crazy amount, but it's juxtaposed so well with his stand-up routine and stuff like that, and I just feel like this is a movie that really, if stand-up saw it, that they could relate to it, and it's a world that I'm so fascinated in, is just the stand-up culture, and I think it just handles that really well. It takes a serious look at his one relationship he has. The way the movie ends is with this kind of just potent question / statement, I don't know, it was really good. So it's for free on Netflix, so I say definitely check it out if you're at all interested in stand-up comedy or sleep disorders. So, Chad, what are you thankful for?
I'm going to thank something Rob's going to be mad at me for, but I got to visit an awesome place last week called Barcade, and it's a bar in Philadelphia that is an arcade. It has about 40 of the old cabinets with Joust, Frogger, Super Mario Brothers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all that good stuff. And everything's a quarter, which is great. And
the beers are $8.50, but
yeah, the beers are very expensive because they only really sell craft beers down there for some reason. But so it's an awesome place, pretty cool concept. I think I'm pretty sure it's not a national chain, but this thing could be
well, I mean, the whole barcade mentality is
something.
Because I remember there was one in Denver that I really wanted to check out.
Cool.
It was called One Up, I think, which was just cool. Had an awesome little sign to
Ready
it.
Player One.
So I think it is definitely it's happening. It's a hipstery, trendy kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
But we would just go in there, drink and play games.
Exactly.
So
it's like our
that's
heaven.
lost on us.
It's like drinking and games are two favorite things. So it's awesome. And. See, this is why I should stop drinking, because I forget what I was going to say. But it was just all around awesome thing. So check it out if you're in the Philadelphia area, or look up, see if one has one close to you. Oh, what I was going to say was, after we just read, well, not just read, but we both read Ready Player One, which we talked about on the show. So I was just enthralled that I got to play Joust in a cabinet, which was awesome. So
that is cool.
So anyways, once again, happy holidays to everybody.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy 2012, and get ready for 2013.
Don't drink and drive. Seriously.
Yeah, seriously, don't do that. But we'll be back next year. But thanks for watching all of our episodes, and especially this week. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.